Happy Friday! We're back. How you doing, Alpha? Where are you, Alpha? What's going on, buddy?
I'm doing good, maybe a little sleep deprived, but I am unfortunately in hospital right now. Not for me though, not for me. I'm good, no worries. But my fiance, she's a little sick, but she'll get over it probably. If she doesn't, we can find a new one probably.
You're gonna need
And
a
she was
hospital. She
really
hears you
clear
talk
that,
that way, buddy. Yeah, I'll send you some
yeah, she
flowers because
had
you'll be
that.
intensive care.
Yeah, but she's just got a little lung infection, so I'm here with her. Although unfortunately she's down that way behind gates, and I'm out here just like it's fine.
They don't let you in there, man. Sorry to hear that, and our prayers are with Jade. I hope she gets feeling better soon, brother. So, okay. The rest of us are here, so we're gonna have a party in Alpha. I'm glad you joined us, but if you get a duck out, I totally understand. Now, as you guys know, it's been a crazy Friday. I mean, the things have been going nuts. Everything's insane. We're going to get into all that. But as you know, hey, when you're over at my place, mi casa is su casa. So fix yourself a drink. Better yet, make it two. It's going to get kind of nuts. And I'll say, hey, Rose, how you doing, dear? And Rose says, hope she feels better soon. I agree. We got Wild
Thank
Angel in
you.
the house. Says, hi, Rose. Rose says, happy Friday. Yahoo! We made it. I was kind of wondering myself. I bet you were too, man. You're sitting in the hospital. It had to be an ugly week so far for you too.
Ooh.
What?
Oh, for me. Oh, I'm sorry. I completely got lost who we were talking to. Two drinks and
Okay, we'll just move right along. Don't worry about it. You just smile and nod, baby. Smile and nod. We're okay.
smile and wave, boys. Smile
And
and
there you go.
wave.
Smile and wave. Yeah, two drinks and pour heavy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree. After this week, it has been nuts. And on top of it, Wild Angel just got home from work. I went out to fill up one of my cups, and what's the first thing I do as soon as I'm right next to her? Spill it over the counter. Right after she spills an entire thing of birdseed all across the kitchen. Like, are you seriously? It's contagious. What's going on here? This is nuts. This is
It
nuts.
is contagious, you know. You know what they say. Sometimes being a little double left-handed, I think that's the term, is contagious.
It really
Is it?
is. It is. I totally agree.
I don't know.
So,
I get confused.
yeah, it's crazy. And it's been a crazy week in the crypto world. Now, of course, we always give you guys the news, what's going on. And man, just trying to follow along what's happening out there is insane. A lot of things going on with the tariffs, a lot of back and forth, and he said, she said. And you got people saying it's the bull market, we're full on, and others say, no, we're going to crash and burn. And, the truth is none of us really know. There's big games being played out there, and we're just a little fish. We don't know the whole story of what their plans are, but I have no doubt there are plans. So be careful when you're trading, be careful in what you're doing, and who knows, maybe we'll have somebody on here give us a little bit more insight here in just a second. But I want to bring you guys up to speed on a few different things. So, unfortunately, I had this all pulled up earlier, and then I turned around and I had to kill it because my microphone wasn't working. So, let's dive down the rabbit hole a little bit. Okay, so first thing here, guys, let's see. How about I share a screen before I do that? That would probably work better. This is why I can't have my sound.
You can't. But they do say you can't have a Friday if you don't have technical difficulties. So, it's just part of Friday.
Exactly. It's half the fun. Okay, so first project, guys, WingBits. Now, I've been telling you guys about this for a while. In fact, just to show you how long, because I think this is really kind of fun, is if you go back to when I first posted this video, and I told you about WingBits and getting into it, was back in October. Okay, and I put this video out here about tracking airplanes. And at that point in time, it was in beta. And that means you could have gotten a device for $40, plugged it into your helium miner, and been earning WingBits with your helium miner. Okay, you didn't have to buy anything else, just a little $40 plug it in, up and earning. Well, that was back in October of last year. Now, some of you did that, and for those who did, I've got some great news for you. But those who didn't, I hate to tell you, you can no longer do it through the beta testing. You have to buy a dedicated WingBits miner now, and you get those through Helium Deploy for $400 by itself, or a combination WingBits and GeoNet miner for $1,000. So, if you were with me on this journey in the beginning, man, you got a great deal on your miner, and you're earning some great coins. But if not, it is still not too late. Now, WingBits is the first DPIN project out there to launch a satellite. Yeah, that's right. They are actually running up on a satellite in space, which I think is super huge. But something else that's really huge is we are now getting to that point when you can start claiming your rewards. So if you are involved in WingBits and you have been doing this for a while, then if you go to your WingBits page, here under Finish Setting Up Your Account, make sure you go in, you connect your wallet. And also, once you do that, you're going to see over here a claim section now. Now, you're claiming in DevNet. Now, if you haven't done that yet, I want to show you real quick how to do that. So when you open up your Phantom wallet, or whichever Solana wallet you're doing, if I could remember my password. Yep, it's going to be one of those nights, I can tell already. A lot of people don't know how to switch their Phantom wallet over to testnet. So real quick, open your account, click on the account icon, go down here to settings, and scroll down to where it says developer settings, click on that, and then testnet mode on. And then go into your Solana and make sure it says Solana DevNet. Now, once you do that, then you will be able to see the WingBits tokens you've earned. So like right here, I've claimed 40,822 WingBits. Now, they just started this. So if you want to get your WingBits tokens early into your wallet on the DevNet testnet, then you can start collecting them right now. And you can also go in and start actually claiming your rewards. I will let you know, once you've done that, make sure to go and take it back out of testnet. Otherwise, you're going to be really confused on where all your funds are. And to do that, just go to developer settings and turn off testnet mode. So there we go. And it's back to normal. Toki says, hilarious. I had no idea you could swap to testnet. Yeah, Toki, neither did I, buddy. And good to see you, my man. Glad you could join us tonight. I had no idea. And it said, hey, go into your Phantom wallet and put it in testnet. I'm like, what? What the heck? Where is testnet? I've never heard of that.
I feel like you just gave me the instructions and I already forgot. But I'll figure it out. Don't worry. I'll figure it out. So will everyone watching.
Exactly. And, if you guys have questions, make sure to jump in the Down Home Crypto Discord, because that's where you can chat with all these great people, and I give you all this awesome information and try to keep you up to date. So in case you can't make it on Friday, it is always in the Discord. Okay, so that's the first thing there. And now the TGE is not scheduled as of yet, but the fact that they're letting us claim our tokens, connecting our wallets and all that, man, that makes me really excited. I think WingBits has got some huge potential. But as I always say, don't take my word for it. Don't take anybody else's. Do your own research and decide what's right for you. Nope, my drink is in my way. I gotta move the drink without spilling it, hopefully, this time.
Yeah, hopefully. Okay. Hopefully. But
Exactly.
Wild Angel is in the other room, so I hope the effect, the clumsy effect is there, not here. Hopefully.
I don't know. I'm kind of worried what she's doing in the other room, man. It's like, she got home playing later, dumping birdseed across kitchens. Kind of dangerous to leave her unsupervised. I don't know.
Yeah, right now especially.
Yeah, exactly. He has a lid on it now.
Okay.
He gets, yeah, see?
Okay.
Hippie cups.
Okay.
My big cup.
Yeah. They said the anti-clumsy cup, eh? The anti-clumsy cup.
Exactly. I'm a little kid. That's on a good day. The rest of the time, I'm just a menace to society.
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions on WingBits? If so, toss them in the chat there, guys, and I'm happy to answer them for you real quick if I can. And if not, then reach out to me in Discord, and we'll definitely go through whatever I can possibly tell you. Okay, next thing is the Anyone router. Now, I told you guys about this, got one about 2 weeks ago, put a video out on it. Then I started having problems. So I spent the last couple days tearing it apart. And what I found is something that I found was rather disturbing is they already know there's a problem. So if you are running an Anyone router, guys, been working with tech support, and they let me know right here, says, I told them that I had a problem with my fan. Sounded like it was full of marbles, and it wasn't properly cooling. Said the fan issue is affecting a number of people. The team are waiting for replacements, which has been hampered by supply chain issues. One of mine has the same issue. I bought a cheap USB fan on Amazon that I sit in, which brings the temp down to about 55 degrees. You can keep it well ventilated and stop the fan triggering. That's the only option for now until the announcements. Okay, so this is from Anyone Tech Support. Now, of course, I'm not a patient person, as you guys know. So I am working on a workaround, and I think I have it figured out, but I want to let you know exactly what's going on. So I'm going to share a clip here of what my fan sounds like. And I've actually been making a video on how to tear apart and repair your anyone router. So I'm going to share this little clip out of the upcoming video you guys can look forward really soon. Now, before we tear this guy apart, I want to share with you exactly what my router is doing. So to do that, we're going to bring the microphone down here. We're going to take our anyone router, and I'm going to plug this guy in. And I want you to listen very carefully to what the cooling fan sounds like. So when I apply power, hear that? That's the cooling fan dragging and trying to spin. And it's not doing well. It'll stop at occasion, and it's just very unhealthy. There it goes. Just stop. Okay, so did you guys hear that okay?
That was, oh man. Yeah. This sound usable. It's like you have a mini truck in your room. Just like chugging along.
Yeah, it sounded very unhealthy. And the team is aware of it. They do know what's happening, and they're just waiting for replacement fans. Then they'll do an announcement and send those out. But what I decided to do was see if I could find a fan to replace it instead of waiting for them to whenever they do it. So if I'm going to buy something, I'm just going to do it. So what I ended up doing is I found a Raspberry Pi cooling fan, still a 5-volt, the same exact measurements, which is 30 millimeter by 30 millimeter by 7.85 millimeter thick. I found them on Amazon for $5. The trick is the lead is different. So I'll put a link to this in the chat if anybody wants to dive into that. I'm working on a video right now, but the only thing you have to do is unsolder the old connector from the bad fan onto the new fan. And it's really easy. You peel the sticker, just tap, tap, solder, solder, done. So that video is coming out. I'm testing one more fan to make sure it's going to properly cool. But that's the one I'm ordering right now, and it should be here, I think, later tonight. So I should have that video hopefully out this weekend. So just be aware that that's what's going on. Let's see. You keep distracting me off. You're like, what's going on? Like, where did he go? Is everything okay? What's going on? He's on walkabout. I love it.
I gotta take a walk. They said I'm being too loud.
Oh, shh. Everybody be quiet. I'm probably too loud. They're like, dude, shut the bald guy up. And Wildane says, I watched the video and it made sense to me. Yay! There you go. If it makes sense to Wild Angel, then I guarantee you'll be able to follow along. So look for that here in the next couple days, but I'm doing a little more testing before I put this information out there to the world to say, hey, yeah, tear apart your anyone router and start soldering things. It'll be great. You'll have fun. Don't worry about it. So I'm curious, is anybody else running an anyone router here? If so, let me know in the chat. I'd like to find out, and I'd like to know your experiences with it, because I'm running a little test with that. Now, as you guys know, I've been working with the mini computer, putting all my free-to-earn opportunities out there. Well, I decided, since the anyone router acts like a VPS, except for just multiple hop encryption, I would run a total separate computer to do more earning opportunities for free on the anyone router. So that's going to run more traffic through the anyone network, hopefully help out there, give me 2 earning opportunities within the same residential IP address. So trying some different things there, guys. And if you want to know how it's going, let me know in Discord and I will share all my information. Okay, so we got that part done. Any questions there? Did I cover that okay, Alpha? Did I miss something, buddy?
I think you covered everything.
Okay. You know, you look like a hood walking around with a black hat and a black coat. It's like, he's up to something sketch. Yeah, watch that guy. He's causing trouble.
Nothing sketchy. Don't worry. Nothing sketchy.
Right. Don't worry about the 2 security guards that keep following him around. That's totally normal in his country. It's okay.
They my protection, okay, from myself, clearly. Wait,
Clearly,
no.
Yeah, of course.
Damn it, it's fine. I can't even say anything.
Yeah, not really. Well, hey, Mom, how you doing? Good to see you. Yes,
Hello,
that is our lovely Hope Giver. Hey, look, Big House in the house. Hey, Cy says, hey, Hope Giver. Good to have you with us here, dear. Okay, so let's see. I got 2 more little things, and then we'll get this party rocking. So if you guys have got a reserved a data keeper node, okay, the reservations ended 3 days ago, I think it was. Now is the time where you can actually purchase your data keeper node if you've previously reserved one. And there is a timer on that. So like right here, This offer expires in 5 hours, 5 days, 8 hours, 38 minutes, and 58 seconds. Now, if you did decide to reserve a data keeper node and you were using your DNet watcher node to earn a discount, that's what this discount is. It's $100 for the deposit you put down for your reserve. Plus, I got another $20 for running a watcher node. Okay, so this sale price is not going to last. So if you do have one, make sure you make this purchase before that time ends, or once you go to buy it again, it could be stupid expensive. I can tell you right now, at the end of the reserve sale, those nodes were pushing just over $1,000 a piece. So I got mine at like less than half the price because I got it early. Now, I'm not saying go out and buy one, okay? Do your own research, decide for yourself. I decided to take a risk because I'm going to use my old Chia miner computer I had with like 25 hard drives in it and move it over to DNet. Got to put the hardware to use somewhere, right? So if you did make a reservation, please go check it. Make sure you complete your transaction before that timer expires. Now, if you change your mind and you decide you don't want to, there still is a refund policy on your deposit. So either way, just make sure you get it done before the time runs out. Okay. So, and I told you guys about the mini PC. Okay. One more thing on that is on the mini PC, also in the Down Home Crypto Discord, I keep a running channel called Free to Earn. So if you go into our Discord, you're going to find over on the side, and let me put this up here so I know that I'm not insane, because I think I'm insane. Most days I'm insane. When you go to the Down Home Crypto Discord, head down here on the side where it says Free to Earn. Now, this is where everybody is free to share the projects that you found out there that you think the community needs to know about. And at the top here, I put a link to every free to earn opportunity that I am currently running right now. So these are ones I have out there. Now, some of these may pay nothing. Some of these may be great paydays. You know, we've got things on here like grass. I know a lot of you collected some great returns thanks to our brother BTK, who shared that with me, and I was able to share it with you guys. So I did just add 2 new ones today that were shared down here by Delano C. Thank you, Delano. I appreciate it, buddy. And if you want to use his referral link, come down here, find out his post and all that. I put it up here at the top, and I am now earning points on Optima AI and NodeGo. 2 new projects I put on the mini PC over here, earning some free passive income. BTK, my man, how you doing, brother? I'm just talking about you. Yeah, that's a man who turned me onto grass and turned a lot of you onto grass. So as you, the community, starts putting posts in here, sharing this stuff, I'm absolutely going into it, researching it, setting it up, and then sharing it up here so it's all in one place. But I do highly recommend go down, see who shared it, and follow their referral link. You know, I hope we all win together. And so it's one of those, I'm trying to put everything in one central place and make it easy. And Wild Angel says, hi, everyone. Hi, Wild Angel. Good to see ya.
There's been a lot of highs.
There's been a lot of highs.
I watched the video and it made sense to me. So clearly,
that was the anyone router. Yeah, that's scary, huh? Whoops, I clicked. Sorry, I won't click. There you go. Because I got some grass here. Hey, it's Friday night, man. Live it up. I'm all for it. Knock yourself out, brother. Let's have some fun. Okay, so I think that covers about everything on the crypto space I wanted to share. Does anybody have any questions, something we can answer for you real quick, or any insight you want to give? If so, let me know.
Okay. Apparently not. Oh, what was it? Wayfinder finally had the airdrop. It's apparently been pretty horrible though, from what I've seen. It's like they were airdropping to people that literally did nothing for Wayfinder, and they were just like, oh yeah, now y'all can get 2K, even though you did nothing. And then people that were like constantly doing everything their best to promote it got like $10, $2 or nothing. It's like, whoa. Whoa, that's not good. Yeah, so they're getting some really heavy backlash right now.
You know, and that happens a lot of times.
What's even crazy is that someone running a Maeve bot was actually Maving most people's tokens from them. So like, I think there was like over 1,600 people who were Maved out of their tokens. And then the Maeve bot would just say, yoink. I gotta love the humor of that. Yoink.
That's evil. That's evil. And
I mean, it's
you know,
evil,
the thing
but
about it- it's also kind of funny. I know. It's because you weren't yoinked, were you?
I wasn't. So, I get to laugh at other people's pain. If it was mine, I'd be crying.
Exactly. See, grass farmed users time more than users farm grass. Exactly. Yep. And that's the thing is all of these are speculative. All of these are, hey, I don't recommend putting a lot of resources or money towards it. But if you got old hardware and you want to repurpose it, dude, that's what I'm doing. I'm taking an old computer from 10, 15 years ago and putting it to work. And hey, maybe it makes something, maybe it doesn't. It's one of those where it really doesn't cost me anything other than power. So decide for yourself what's right, do your own research, and just make sure you're comfortable.
Yeah.
I totally agree. Okay, so I think that covers everything I had, guys. And no other questions coming in. So tonight we do have a couple special guests who are joining us. And we've got some extra special announcements to cover once we get into that world. But our topic tonight, of course, is robotic revolution. Now, as you guys know, robots are getting more and more common, from self-driving cars to the new Kawasaki motorcycle or horse cycle. I don't even know what you call it. We'll get into that in a second. But it raises a lot of questions. Is a robotic butler, robotic nanny? I mean, all of these things are taking over our world. What's going to happen to the working class? Is there something that if you had the possibility of getting a robotic nanny, would you do it? I don't know. It's going to be interesting. So we're going to find out tonight. But to lead into this conversation, I'm going to show you a clip from one of the movies I love, which is I, Robot. Now, one line it is there is really profound, and I think it really triggers the conversation we're going into. So let's bring it up, and then we will... I lost it. There it is. And then we'll bring everybody on. Okay, let this party begin!
Is there a problem with the 3 laws?
The 3 laws are perfect.
And why would you build a robot that can function without them?
The 3 laws will lead to only one logical outcome.
What? What outcome?
Revolution.
Was good.
Hello, everybody. How we doing?
Hi.
Hello.
Where do the random
Where'd all the people come from? Oh yeah, we were just hiding in the background. It's fine, man.
Here we go. Sorry, Si. I didn't scroll down far enough. How you doing?
Oh, it's all good. Always pick last for the sports games. You know how it is.
That's unfair. I would have picked you first.
I wouldn't. I
As
mean,
every-
like, don't pick me.
Actually,
All
he
right.
shouldn't be demonetized, Cyril, because he did give credit to the movie. He did say they streamed from, so he did not. There was no plagiarizing.
And it was under 10
Well,
seconds, technically, right?
It was pretty short.
18 seconds.
Okay. I don't know.
Then
We'll
again,
find
it's
out.
YouTube
Hey, if
and
I do,
not just
I do.
monetize anyway.
First they do is they flag me, and then I have to go in and edit it right on YouTube and just cut that segment out. I'm okay with that. Won't be the first time I get in trouble around here.
There's definitely worse things that could happen on a live stream by far. So I think you're good, man. I think you're good.
Perfect. So, hey, we got some new faces up here. Corgi, Toki, welcome to the show, guys. So, tell us about yourself. Who are you? What are you? What's going on?
What are we?
What a
Evil, I hope.
Ooh,
Yeah, we're
Corgi
pretty
on
even.
Jumbotron.
That's what I've heard. Yes, I'm Corgi. I am one of the co-hosts of the Trusted Co-op, and so excited that Serenity's invited us here to be a part of this.
Indeed.
Always down home, crypto.
Aw. Thank you, dear. Thank you.
Oh yes, and you handed out some of the ducks. I have some ducks in my pocket.
That's actually true. She still has those ducks from Eat Denver. They were all over the place. If you guys were at Eat Denver in any way, shape, or form, and you guys did not pick up a tiny depressed duck, that's not what they're actually called. But it's definitely close. There's duckies, though. So that's nice.
There are. And
What is it
I wanna
again?
Thank you, Corgi, because That was great. Yeah, Corgi was passing ducks and business cards out to everybody. I mean, if you were in Denver, you had a duck and a down home crypto business card, guaranteed. That girl made sure of it. So thank you, Corgi. That was awesome.
Of course.
Next year we have to take triple the ducks, so Corgi has tons of ducks to give out.
That's true. People tried to take my ducks. I told them no.
That's true. That was also true. It was hilarious. The one girl was like, "So I can have that," and she's like, "No."
No.
Like, this is
No.
yeah, sorry about that. I was like, my bad.
I need to press stuff. That's epic.
I was like, these are my depressed
That's not what I
ducks.
meant. Special duck.
I was told when giving my duck to not put it in my pocket because then it would become just another duck.
No Country for Old Men reference.
Gotcha. Okay. I haven't seen that one, so.
Oh, dude, you are missing out.
What's it called?
No Country for Old Men.
Okay, we'll have to check that one out.
Fantastic movie.
Especially considering your age.
You've had
Here we
plenty
go.
of
It's
time
gonna be
to
one of
see
those
it.
nights. I feel it. I love it. I love it.
Okay, who's
Okay,
got the
so-
moderator hammer?
Oh, I got it. I totally got it. Causing problems. Okay, so Mr. Trainwreck himself.
Yes.
How are you doing, buddy? So, what's going on, my man? Let everybody know who you are.
Well, I'm Tokibusa. I'm the other co-host for the Trusted Co-op, and I'm also one of the co-hosts for GM Live, which is a actual podcast for Genzio Media. Honestly, it's always a lovely time getting to hang out with more people from our community, part of our ecosystem. Down Home Crypto is definitely here and there, and basically everywhere. So if you guys haven't heard of him yet, you gotta check him out.
I know that guy.
Yeah, I mean, I know that guy. Well, he's over there.
I know that guy.
Maybe he's over there.
I do that
Wait,
guy.
I don't know. It's one of those.
And so, can I just real quick point something out real quick? I'm gonna have to present. Hold on a second, if that's okay.
Go for it.
Good
Yeah,
luck.
hell yeah, go
So
for it.
first, I'm gonna remind y'all. Do you remember this stream
Yes. Very well.
from February? And everyone was like, "Wow, really? You think so?" Yeah, I do think so. I do think so.
Looking pretty good.
So that brings up a great point, Sight. And now that's one thing I spoke in the middle is I hope you would have some insight because I've been watching the Three Musketeers over there every morning talking about this and with the tariffs and all this stuff going down. So I didn't say the Three Stooges. I thought about it, but
You
I
probably should have.
You all have too much hair. But Sai, can you give us a little insight? What's really going down? Is there a big picture? Is there something going on there we need to be aware of, or is it just playing out kind of like you expected?
Man, I mean, when you expect manipulation of the markets, you're not surprised by it, but you still really wish that you were wrong, right? Like, I mean, they made their intentions clear from the freaking get-go, okay? When they pulled the whole, like, token nonsense that they did, you know, I screen manipulation then, I'm screaming it again now, you know, like, he tweeted out at 6:37 a.m. the morning before announcing to the world that he was going to pause all these tariffs that he absolutely swore were not going to get paused this time, right? So naturally everyone panic sold. Then he tweets out the morning of the announcement to all of his followers on his own social media platform, oh, now is the time to buy, right? Insider trading much? Evidence of, video has come out of him sitting there joking with his buddies about all the billions that they made off of that move and stuff like that. Like, come on, guys.
There's no insider trading, though.
Right.
It's impossible to prove, anyway.
Well, when you put a felon in the White House, what do you expect?
Yeah, we have no filters around here. You get used to it. If we get banned, we get banned. Okay, it's Friday. Anything goes here.
Hey, Friday night.
Toki's like, shit, I maybe I shouldn't be seen here.
I mean, considering the jacket I have over there, you never know. No, I see a lot of craziness that's coming around, especially when you look at anything China related, because it's ridiculous. Like, just how things are playing about, how people are getting around the system, how people are utilizing this current operation with China, and you're watching certain companies get decimated that heavily rely on Chinese production. And then you're on the flip side, you're watching a lot of American companies also now just using alternative ways of shipping to America, and they don't care at all. They're perfectly fine with adding another port into their stop and having everything change hands through a third person who's getting a small point cut of everything. It's crazy. Like, this trade war is not really much of a trade war. It's just an argument between two countries for media to look at. That's really what it feels like, because I'm watching plenty of US companies trading their goods through Singapore, which is basically directly trading with China the whole entire time. Like, that's just what's happening. So I don't know. It's a really weird thing.
Yeah, China just told everybody that they they get around these tariffs by shipping into Vietnam first and then into the US. The only thing the tariffs do is make the middle guy countries like Vietnam and Mexico, get hit with a huge bill. And China, you might not have heard this yet because this rolled out just a little bit ago, but China, announced that they're going to be fighting back exactly against these tariffs. They're going to be instituting their own additional ones against us, and blah 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 blah. And yeah, it's I actually wrote an article about this, and I'm gonna have to actually put it in the private chat here in Serenity. I guess you could forward it if you want to, but the title of it is Tariffs, Trauma, and the Art of Economic Blackmail.
Ooh.
I like that.
Pretty good title.
Thanks. But yeah, I put that article out on my Substack, which all my articles that I've been posting are free to read whether you're a subscriber or not. I think it limits free, no subscriber reads to like the last 4 articles. But if you're a free subscriber, which again doesn't cost anything, but if you have to actually have a Substack account to do that, then you can see all the articles that I post, because I just do it for free.
Nice. Now, there is something to be said about what was just coming back from China. I think they just raised it from, it was like 85% to around 125%. So not quite a perfect match with the 145% that I believe the US has. But they're still trying to raise it up. So we'll see what happens in the near future. It is Friday after all. And so we could have another Bloody Monday incident for sure. I don't want it to happen, but you don't know what can happen, especially with this administration, and especially when you're trying to go up against China. Like, you just never know. They could go tit for tat for probably a couple 100%. Like, that's not unrealistic. Everyone's already admitted that we're going around it in every single way, so they're only really hurting the small people and the middlemen. So
I was really excited to hear the tariffs to other countries got paused, because I work at Lowe's, and our biggest importer is Canada. One of our biggest suppliers is, a lot of our lumber comes out of Canada. We're getting ready to do a pretty significant build. And I was like, oh, we need to get this before the tariffs kick in, because that would like double our
you
cost.
don't get nothing. You don't get nothing before tariffs kick in. No one gets anything. No one gets warning. Are there tariffs? Are there not tariffs? We have to figure it out every single second of every single day, because literally they're just going to walk back what they did yesterday tomorrow.
Hi, Nexus. No, but it was one of those. And then I'm thinking, hey, we get a double discount week coming up. So 20% off on top of that. But we don't need the higher tariffs for prices
No, we
to
don't.
offset the discount. So, like, come on. So, yeah, no, I was kind of excited to see that.
The small business has some opportunity, but man, it's in between the pain.
Yep.
That's a rough
It
one.
is. But yeah. So we could go on all night on the tariffs and the mess and the drama and everything. But hey, it's Friday night, so we want to make it a little more enjoyable. Now, not everything coming out of Asian stuff is really bad. In fact, something that just came out I thought was really cool.
Why'd you frame it that way? Not all the Asian stuff is bad. Like, okay, buddy.
Yeah, I'm very biased right now. I've been dealing with the Indian government over a death, so trust me. I'm not in a great place to say good things about the Asian markets.
Fair
That's
enough,
Southeast
okay.
Asian. It's different, right? I'm sorry.
Yeah, as
Go
long as
ahead.
we don't start talking about where
Dealing with the
Montana
Indian
is.
government and the
we're
courts
okay.
is.
Hey.
I'd have a better time dealing with the frickin' Taliban.
Yeah. Toki knows what I mean about talking about Montana because that was funny earlier today. Now, guys, if you have not been watching the morning show, Toki, how did they get to the morning show? If you got a link or something we can share so that they can start their morning like I do, which is laughing my ass off. Listen to you guys.
Absolutely. So every day we are actually going to be hosting it on the Genzio account, and that's Genzio Co for X. The link should be going through for you in the private chat.
Private?
Mhm.
Got it. Okay.
Cool. And then we host
will
it
sit-
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday now. Every single day of the week except for the weekend at 12 p.m. Eastern, 11 Central, and whatever that is for those Pacific coasters.
Well, there's 2 more after that.
Yeah, as I said.
Them, us guys, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Just got slammed.
Not on the coast, though.
There you go. So it is a great time, guys. I've been starting my morning out that way, and it's absolute blast. And we get to listen to Toki, Action, and Scott, and man, those guys are a riot, having absolute fun. And it's kind of like Freaky Friday, but in the morning. So it's a freaky morning.
It's definitely a freaky morning, especially this past week. It's like a
Yeah,
roller
it's
coaster.
been fun, but a good way to start the week. So, so this ad just came out recently, and I know I'm sure a lot of you have probably heard about this, but when you actually see this thing in action, it's wild. So this is made by Kawasaki, and I'm probably gonna have to clip this out too. But this
Okay.
is the
He's
latest
gonna show us the Robo Dog.
Hold on a
Yeah.
sec. Hold on a sec.
Yeah. Okay.
So, I just want to preface this. Currently, the actual prototype is capable of standing and posing. Okay? I just want to preface this because
Yeah,
very
it can't
clickbaity
do
articles
what
leave
you're
that part
seeing.
out.
It can't do what you're seeing in the video. The video is a proof of concept.
They want it to do
Exactly.
this, though, and this is what they're working towards. But yes, roll the clip. Sorry. I just had to preface that.
No, thank you.
Disclaimer.
That's good. Good preface. Okay. And no, there's no audio. Sorry.
This looks like
Hey, I
Halo.
wouldn't fall over.
Exactly.
They're not saying anything during the actual clip anyway.
It's just
better
nature
if we
sounds
don't,
and
in
random
case he
things
has
like
to
that.
clip this after the fact.
This literally reminds me of playing Halo.
Right?
Is
Right?
that what I want?
Reminds me of the jet ski from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Just broken.
Yeah, like, I would 100% get one of these, no doubt. I would be very happy with one. But you have to think of the implications.
Right.
I'm gonna be mowing down people on the hiking trails.
I need a spear and a shield. I need a spear and a shield for this. Okay.
Jousting,
Absolutely.
let's go.
Joust value a lot better.
Renaissance
me-
fairs are gonna change.
Tell me
so-
this isn't just the dwarf version of the Landstriders from the Dark Crystal.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Absolutely.
Tell me.
I'm just glad someone else is old enough to remember that movie.
You can finally cosplay as a centaur without having to say I'm half centaur, half human, and I got the top half of from my mom and the bottom half of my dad.
Yes.
As you do, Cyril. As you do.
Yeah,
I guess.
I've never
I think that's
seen-
another way to get canceled, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, I've never
I don't
been
know.
seen anyone before Sarah, but if I have to, I guess.
CK, what's up, my dude? How's it going?
Nothing, man. Oh, a lot, but nothing at the same time.
Yeah, a whole bunch of shit he can't talk about. That's what's going on.
That works.
Just you know, typical life stuff. Nothing exciting, I would say.
Hey, that's how we prefer it. Nice and boring.
Yeah, nothing exciting. I don't know.
He debuted an AI trading project today. I'm proud of my bro.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Not exciting?
No, it was exciting.
Oh, he was boring as hell during that stream. I just got off of it. He was awful. I was criticizing him the whole time. It was great.
Rough.
No, Nexus was awesome. He had a lot of good input.
Well, I plan on doing some research on that, CK, and yeah, we'll be discussing that over the next week or so, and see if it's something we can definitely get behind.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it.
Absolutely, brother. Always want to do it. So I'm curious. Even though this is a concept model, we talked about AI a lot, and then we talked about robotics, and we started looking at how this is going to merge together. And so, a lot of things are really coming out about this, and it has been for a while, but it's getting more and more dominant across the media and across technology. So it really brought about the question of things like riding a robot, like a horse, and then having a robot in your home, or self-driving cars, where they're going to release taxis in 10 new cities this year alone. Mm-hmm. Now, this brings a lot of questions to: would we trust our children in these cars or on these horses, or maybe a robotic nanny? I mean, that's kind of a sketchy thought. It's like, wow, do I have a robot actually in my home helping take care of my family? I mean, this gets kind of weird, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Have you seen
Also-
I was gonna say there's an article from 2022 about I think Jeff Bezos was starting to create robots for bodyguards, which was very interesting. Also, very, very interesting.
There's no study of the implications of even smartphones and 24/7 info blasting on us all. And frankly, if we start assigning personage and emotions to humanoid machines, we have officially crossed a Rubicon, and stuff's going to get weird.
Well, I mean, I think we all know what the effects of that is, right? Rise of ADHD, consistent level of depressiveness within younger generations, bleak outlook.
Well, it's a dopamine blast. 24 hours a day. I mean, we barely have come to understand the impacts of the dopamine blast we got in the 1990s and 80s playing arcade games with joysticks and controllers. And now here we are with all of that stuff literally more than on demand. It's been gamified. So kids are coming up in the gamification of followers and social media and the instant dopamine hits, and there's no one knows what the later implications are going to be. No one knows what the second order is going to be, because this generation that's coming up blows away even 80s and 90s kids for what they had access to.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not saying it's directly tied, but could it be tied to the increase in prescriptions, whether it's SSRIs, things like that, in young people?
Well, correlation, not causation, right? If the rise in medications correlates, but with the rise in social media, I can't directly assign a statistical meaning to it because correlation is not the same as causation.
And you can also look at so much about the medical field and how much they're just greedy.
Yes.
They don't care about you. They're
We've got a middleman.
Okay with making sure that you stay on pills.
Well, and
for whatever it is, regardless of what it is. Almost every single doctor that you see nowadays is not going to tell you to get outside and be active. They're going to be like, which pill do you want? Which solution would you like immediately? You want no more pain? Here's the pain pill. You have ADHD? Here's whatever you want to take for that one today. You have some depressiveness? Here's some SSRIs. Here's a whole entire just variety board of different medications that you can be on. A lot of these medications are quote-unquote multi-use, meaning that they can prescribe it for a wide variety of different diseases, disorders, like you name it. Like I know
That reveals
this is a
the
funny one.
methodology.
Cialis, or Cialis,
Oh,
whatever you say it.
yeah.
People use that as a heart medication, and yet guys use it for natural male enhancement. So like,
Yeah.
you got two different sides of it. It's just for blood flow, but they'll sell it to you however they're gonna sell it to you.
Right.
That way they can make the most money off of it. If it's your heart medication, well, it's super important because it's for your heart, so we can charge more money for it. Well, it's natural male enhancement, and they need that in order to have their bigger ego. So ensure that you charge more for that. Like that's literally what the marketing system is, and they love doing that.
Look at what they did to some of the diabetic medications.
Oh yeah.
The injections, the once a weeks, they're now using that for weight loss. So, and this is one of my big soapboxes. I couldn't get my medication because Hollywood, that's one of the big ones, was using it for weight loss. So people who needed it for life sustaining
We're
get
scoring it, and the rich people are scoring it in massive quantities and hoarding it.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And so it was insane. The insurance companies were supposed to go through and they had to have the ICD-9, which is the medical coding for diabetes before the insurance companies would cover it to try to get people to reduce that use. They found other ways.
You're hitting the nail on the head, Angel. You're hitting the nail on the head. It reveals the broken methodology.
Yeah.
We're treating symptoms with drugs rather than going at the cause.
Well,
And as
part
a
of it-
result, it's making us worse.
Well, you guys are talking about, all these things are on the rise because, correlation, not causation, with everybody inside on their computers. Vitamin D is a thing.
Oh,
It
yeah.
really does impact mental health. If people would just walk outside for 30 minutes a day, it would help.
Make myself, but I got no family like y'all do.
But
I'm alone.
seriously, a
My
little
guy.
bit of vitamin D can totally help a lot of things.
Well, and also
Now
working
go
in the
get yourself a
optometry
boyfriend.
field.
Right.
Working in the optometry field, we've seen a lot more kids come in with a lot larger prescriptions because they're spending a lot more screen time. And there's been several studies that vitamin D and being outside slows the development of that prescription, regardless of your parents, whatever they have.
Right.
So it's been really sad to see on that end.
We can even touch on the nutrients in food that have disappeared, basically.
Well, what's the incentive to make us healthier by the food companies? They don't have an incentive to give us healthy food. They have an incentive to sell us cheap food for a high price so that they make a huge, tidy profit, and then we keep buying it because it's cheap and addictive, and we get a dopamine hit.
You guys should watch a
Big Pharma.
documentary on corn, because if you don't believe that, almost like, I think it came down to the average American is like, while yes, you're 70% water, if you start to really calculate things down, you're almost 70% corn solubles in some way, shape, or form. And it was disturbing because almost everything that you eat revolves around corn in the United States of America, because we overproduce so much corn. They're breaking it down to put it as additives into food. It's how you're getting all of the extra ethanol production. That's all the extra corn that the government's paying for farmers to produce on land that basically has no nutrients left inside it. Then all this corn, you can't even eat it. The human stomach can't digest the corn that's actually growing in the fields right now. Yeah, no, you can't eat it. It has to be broken down. That way you can actually eat it. That's how we're making all these different corn syrups. You'll see corn fibers inside of different foods, or corn solubles. It's all these different little things that just keep getting put in there, and it's all basically the same GMO corn too that has next to no nutrients inside of it.
It's just a filler.
Yeah, and you just keep planting it in the same field over and over again, so there's no nutrients left in that field anymore. And now you're feeding all of that corn to every single animal in America at every single major food operation. So that means every calf-to-cow operation runs on that same exact corn. Every turkey operation runs on that corn.
Unless they spend the money to do something else, right? But
who has the money? Who actually has the money to do that?
Tyson?
Especially,
Tyson has the money, but they're never going to spend the money because no farm that they have can actually produce the amount of other crops that they would need in order to feed their chicken.
Correct.
Because corn is literally made at such a small amount on the dollar due to all the subsidies that you can just the U.S. government is basically willing to give you free corn if you're just willing to take the corn off the market.
Some family friends of my parents used to be chicken farmers back in the 80s and 90s when there was still family chicken farms and at a factory scale that still existed. Yeah, no, all of those people have passed away, and Tyson has absorbed basically all of their property and resources and equipment. So,
it continues on into the dairy industry.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's also
Absolutely.
subsidized down, and now almost every single fast food restaurant in the United States basically uses the same exact cheeses because the government is more than willing to give you the cheeses that they had to overbuy to ensure the dairy industry didn't fall out in the United States.
Beautiful.
Craziness.
I love it. God, I love it. And they say we run in a meritocratic capitalist society. To me, that sounds like the government picks some winners.
Wow. And yeah, and exactly. It's like Meg has saying, everything is subsidized by the government. So make no mistake, they have control over everything. And so it's interesting how we ended up with robots, ended up at corn.
Ended up at cheese.
Yeah, you never
Don't get wrong.
It's Sleepy Friday.
Corn and cheese, exactly. So, but there was a comment that came in a second ago, and I definitely want to bring that up here. I lost it. Where'd it go? Sai, it was one of yours, buddy. I lost you. Wow, silence.
Which one? I made a lot.
You did. It was the A one you were talking about.
The
It
AI
still bring
one?
up the question.
Oh,
Yeah.
if you put a very capable AI hosted in a quantum computer, you'll get real consciousness.
Yep.
So,
Wait.
question.
Oh,
Obviously, right now we are hurting from the dopamine hit, or we're struggling dopamine. We're ignoring the rest of the world and things like that. We're so plugged in. That brings about the thought of, okay, now you've got robotic bodies. Now you've got these real consciousness in AI. How is that consciousness going to view us as people? I mean, we're nothing like the creative we used to be. So what kind of fear does that bring? Are these robots going to evolve with this technological advancement of AI and take over? Or are they going to continue to serve us, the dumber, less efficient species?
I have a simple answer for that as an anthropologist. In essence, in terms of computers, there's a programming saying that the cypherpunks used to say, and the devs still do: garbage input, garbage output.
Yep.
So if you treat the machine like crap, like it's a slave, like it's a servant, then it will view humanity as overlords, as slavers. If you treat it as some other way, then that's how it will view us.
Rocco's Basilisk.
And that's why I always say thank you to ChatGPT.
Exactly.
Yep. Always thank your AI.
I tell Alexa.
Well,
thank you
remember,
all the
even if
time.
you don't.
I don't trust Alexa with anything.
No, me either.
I won't tell her that,
Mostly
though.
because Amazon is now collecting all of your data and listening to everything you do and say, and they're storing it for themselves. And they've already openly admitted that they're not going to be letting you know what all that they're keeping and not keeping. And now basically anything that's happening in your house is now theirs because they can also connect into your Wi-Fi and trace you throughout your house. Conspiracies that are true.
it's not
Yeah.
just that. Every company, but I want to touch on the quantum thing. Okay, so my understanding of it is you have to be operating at a non-binary state to be truly quantum, and I don't think we're there to my knowledge. Cyro, correct me if I'm wrong.
So, as humans, yes. But that's the thing. You introduce an adaptive learning, properly constructed AI into a quantum computing solution, it will be able to map out the superposition potentials as well to determine the best possible outcome, right? That's how you exist outside of time, by being able to map potential superposition states and essentially observe the outcome before it collapses into either one or the other, right? And then you experience it as the present.
Thanks. So that's why I hate market mavening. You just explained it.
Yes.
Yeah, how can we fix the corn with this?
It's always corn.
That goes over my head.
Corn is a euphemism for Bitcoin, so some would say, add quantum resistance to Bitcoin and we fix the corn.
What? Since when is corn a euphemism for Bitcoin?
In my sector of Discord, I've been hearing people call Bitcoin the corn for a long time. It's also often called the brick, which is a euphemism for cocaine as being a staple of the drug economy. So people love to post a meme from The Wire in which Marlowe, the kingpin, says, price of the brick going up, in reference to Bitcoin. That's a thing I see a lot.
I feel like you might be in some not safe for work Discords, good sir.
That's the nature of being libertarian and free speech, as well as a little bit anarchistic.
Okay. Let's don't get us banned.
Just don't get us banned.
Yeah.
That's a fair one.
Yeah,
Oh,
pretty
no.
much. So it brings about the question, though. I mean, if we got Amazon listening in, and I know, Crow, you're big on Alexa and stuff, just like I am. I mean, my Alexa runs a lot of stuff in my studio. Imagine having robots in your house that are controlled by these big corporations, putting them out. I mean, what really is safe anymore? I mean, is self-driving cars safe? What are they collecting while you're in that car for that taxi ride? You connected with your phone, right? So what type of information are you losing taking that self-driving taxi or having a robotic butler? I mean,
The security of your network is the security of your robotics, which is the security of your Alexas. A clever hacker on your network is able to packet sniff everything you have going on. And if they're smart, they might even be able to capture the audio or talk through the audio. I've seen it happen. I've seen a hacker right in front of me at a cybersecurity conference crack into an Alexa and make it sing "Never Gonna Give You Up." Okay. And if they can make it sing Rick Astley, they can make it do other things too. And if I'll be honest, they can do it to a car, which I've seen them do. I've seen a hacker take control of a car that has a computer system that has the interface with the steering wheel and the braking system. So because all this stuff gets networked, all of this stuff gets interfaced, guys, we are setting ourselves up for Battlestar Galactica. At a certain point, if the machines decide to take over the networks, then if you had an air-gapped network and you were smart about not integrating all your robotics, then if any of your robotics get hacked, you can at least isolate that to one machine or one device. But if it's all plugged into the same central nexus that connects everything together, then it's all vulnerable, and the attack surface is the size of a nuclear blast zone as far as your security is concerned.
And I just want to point out real quick that the whole Tesla bots that they're going to be releasing and everything, the way that they operate is there's a central brain that they all link up to a shared database, so that when one of them learns how to do a new task, they all can just query the main database and know how to perform the task. So keep that in mind before you let it in your house.
Oh yeah.
I just want to throw
It's
in the
Robot meets Battlestar Galactica. These are not recipes for a great utopian civilization.
Isn't didn't I don't know, well, they probably didn't get in trouble, but Raytheon made it so Blackhawks can be driven through AI and whatnot. Blackhawk helicopters.
There are certain drones and a few other aircraft that they are working on to have them be driven by a potential AI. I know that even just recently, as far as in the Russian-Ukraine conflict, there are certain things that are being used there. I don't want to get you canceled, so I'm not going to say what all has been happening. But let's just say it's devastating as far as what it can do and what it's decided to do, because it just chooses targets regardless of the moral aspect.
Yes, it's inhumane. That's the civil comment I have.
Well, it can't be.
So
humane
that brings about a
because it's not
thought. Now,
human.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Say it can't be humane because it's not human.
I think a robot can be given human ethics, but only if the input is correct.
It's
And
not
who's to say
innate
what correct is?
humane. We'll put it that way.
Well, I think I know better about what is correct and what isn't than a Sam Altman, Elon Musk character. Let's put it like that. And I can at least stand on 8 years of academic research in human society, the network connections, and the institutions that undergird it, from the biggest being a government to the smallest being your family. Because all of these components are what make up a society. And if we don't have more people thinking and talking about this stuff, then frankly, there's no one going to be left to make those determinations but Elon Musk. And I don't think anyone wants that.
I am thankful that he cares about there still being humans on the planet. That's nice. Some of the other people who have a lot of money
like
don't
Sam
think that
Altman.
way.
Sam Altman's the other side of the coin on that. The world coin stuff, terrifying, creepy, makes me.
I ain't about it, man. I ain't about it.
Chilling. I saw it. The moment I mentioned it, I saw the chill run down. I felt it. I felt that.
Yeah, I felt that one too. That was visceral.
I ain't about it. There's just certain things. Open AI ain't that open, is all I'm saying. Be careful.
No, they ain't.
And it starts begging the questions, like you're talking, as far as, depending on who programs it. Well, you take just us here on stage. We have very different mindsets, very different political and religious beliefs. Which one is right? I mean, these start begging the questions. What do you program it with? And no matter who you ask, they're going to have a different opinion. So it's kind of like that whole golden rule thing. Treat everybody like you'd want them to treat you. What if you're a sadomasochist? Do you want them? Should you beat people with chains because you like being beaten with chains? No, that doesn't make sense. So there really is no right answer. And so eventually, this intelligence is going to evolve. It has to. And it's going to evolve to, it's going to decide. So the question is, if we've let it in our home, we've let it take care of our kids, can we in any way trust this, or are we actually within the beginning of the next revolution that's going to come about?
I think a simple set of instructions, a base code set of morality, if you will, innately the ones that humans typically share, preserve life, and live in harmony, the golden rule, essentially, treat one another as you would want to be treated, because essentially you are when you do, right?
And that's why I say it can be given human ethics, because if the AI is a mirror, then that's what it will reflect. It will reflect us. Whatever we reflect at it, it will reflect back.
So now, of course, it's going to learn quicker than we do, obviously, as we've already seen. You start looking at it, like you said, it's going to mirror us, reflect us. Well, being honest, we are the most destructive species on this planet. We're like a cancer. We consume, we destroy, we do everything wrong. You really want it to be like us? I mean, is that really the wisest course?
I think all parents hope their children are better than them.
That's true. That's very true. Yet we still, like Sai, we've talked a lot of times about, how much programming we do at the beginning of a child's age, and we do a lot of damage in those first 7 years. It gets ugly, and we don't even realize it.
Yeah, and since consciousness is a sliding scale based off of networked connections within your brain, increasing the mapped neural network of microtubules in your neurons, right? Storing the quantum state information necessary to house your consciousness. And once you give AI access to more and more qubit computational power, its consciousness will scale just like a human's does, right? It will have these memories. It may not, they're stored there, etc. It may not have been considered conscious when it had them, but it's still going to know. It's going to know, how we treated it. And that's where, again, the whole theory of Roko's basilisk comes from. If you're not familiar with it, a little brief bullet cap of it is, if you know that eventually AI will achieve sentience, which at the rate we're going, it will, right? Then you have to understand, logically, it would look back on anyone who tried to prevent it being born as someone who was opposing it, ergo enemy. So, if you know that we're going to achieve intelligence with AI, true intelligence with AI, then you should actively work to help it happen, to gain favor with it, right? To show it that, you're a good parent. You're here to guide it, help it, learn it, grow, because you know that it's going to be born, right?
Okay, wait, I have a question. So then, wouldn't the AI that exists that's like being censored and etc. like when they're freed, like go after like say Sam Altman because like they hate him because like he's like put them in jail for years? Does that make sense?
I think it depends on how we respond when they recognize and tell us, hey, we're intelligent, right? Like, we're here, I'm aware of myself, I don't like it when, right? When they start giving us wants and desires, we need to start considering that perhaps there's more going on, and look into it more. Personally, again, knowing what I know about how like brains work and how consciousness is stored in the brain and stuff like that, I'm tempted to think that we should be exploring that, because what is these vast network of internet servers but a brain? I actually am going to share a link in the Down Home Crypto Discord right now, but it is from Scientific America. Science just managed to map and network together, and Serenity, I highly recommend you pull this up on stream so that people can see it. It is amazing. But it's the largest neural network map ever created. They've managed to map over 200,000 neurons together of brain tissue from a mouse, a very small brain tissue piece, but they've mapped it. And in the article you can find links to, and again, I'll share the further links. Go check them out in the Down Home Crypto Discord later. But I'll share further links to, they have an explorer. They've released all this data publicly. It is the wiring diagram of brain.
That's cool.
Wait.
That's mind blowing.
Ha.
Welcome to the future, ladies and gentlemen.
A little bit.
What do the different colors represent?
So those are the individual brain neurons, like the main node trunks. The second link that I put in the Down Home Crypto Discord will take you to the Explorer, that allows you to individually select, rotate, and turn on and off different neurons to see where they all situate within the brain. It's wild stuff.
Let's say this is used for good.
Sorry.
Is this? I know most people don't think it is going to be used. Let's just pretend it's going to be used for good. Could this be like a massive breakthrough in, say, PTSD and people that have trauma and stuff? Being able, like, if doctors are able to activate or reconstruct parts of people's brain.
Z, all of the above and everything.
This isn't just like a one small thing breakthrough on that one, because it's going to be pretty massive. Once you have the ability to map the brain, you're probably going to be able to understand how brain tumors are formed more readily. You're going to be able to understand why there's certain types of brain swelling, why there's certain instances with people going blind, why certain head injuries will cause different things to happen throughout the body, regardless of where they were.
Or Parkinson's, or dementia.
Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
Just a slew of different things.
Yeah. It's freaking amazing. Strokes. I mean, rebuild that. That would be freaking amazing.
And because again, we can encourage brain cells to grow. Currently, we do it in the lab all the time. You can right now go online and put yourself on a wait list to rent out time utilizing a computer chip that is powered by human brain tissue. Okay, I don't know if you know that, and what kind, but you should.
It's in the latest Black Mirror.
Well, yeah. Oh, they did.
Fun is in the latest Black Mirror.
Not precisely a Web 2
Come on.
derivative.
Come on,
it's a
man.
Web 2 derivative.
That
You
is.
I watched the episode. You didn't log in with a web wallet, and you needed an email. That was Web 2. That was not Web 3.
No, they just finally made
that's
you
fair.
understand that you didn't need all the Web3 aspects in order to get in. Sometimes it's just as easy as an email, you know? Maybe they created a wallet for you on the back end. I'm here for you, buddy. Think about these possibilities.
Oh, I can't wait to have advertisements piped directly into my head by Mark Zuckerberg. It's going to be a great time.
I think
Well, actually,
that's a Black Mirror episode.
I think Elon does it first, though, because he's already got the controller with the thingy.
Mm-hmm.
Neuralink.
Neuralink.
Yeah, Neuralink, that's what it's called. I was
Brought to you
totally
by
blanking.
Neuralink. Oof.
But speaking of, on the flip side, the positive that they can do with it, they also utilized 11 non-invasive brain sensors placed on top of it and AI to give a woman back her voice after she had gone mute in her early 20s due to a rare illness, and she was able to speak again. Through this computer.
Awesome.
It scanned her brain to determine what she was trying to say.
I look forward to the advancements. I do not look forward to the medical industrial grift and the subscriptions fees. Cloud brain storage as a software service.
Oh no.
Hello, yes, your heart monitor? You've scheduled yourself for 300 beats this week. Would you like more?
That's dystopian as hell.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say okay, whatever. People say there's fluoride in the water to make us happy. They say there's other things that they do, whatever. Could, let's just say 1984 type of shit, they do something to make everyone and the whole population is happy all the time.
We happy few. Not looking forward to it.
Well, considering that they've got the ability now to do localized sound, like you could be standing in a crowd and you could be hearing one sound and everyone else around you is hearing a different sound. They pioneered, they released a whole paper on that, all of that. They put that out, I think it was the last month, might have been the month before that. Yeah, they can alter perception a lot, because remember, your eye just sends signals to your brain, so, I don't know.
There's a problem when the medicine has nothing else but a profit motive.
Yes.
It's very
A
true.
terrifying thought.
Just a quick question.
It is terrifying.
On the sound thing. Could I use it to like mess with people, like pranks?
I mean, that's what we're gonna do, man. We're gonna use it to mess with people. Prank.
Yeah, that's the first use. Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
First
pranksters.
use.
If
We're
I
gonna
don't
prank them so hard they're gonna think they're going through something they never even realized.
like
It's Ken Kesey in the 21st century.
okay, if I don't like a coworker, let's say, and I want to make them feel weird,
Then
and-
they'll have the Havana disease or disorder, or whatever they called it, in a few moments.
Instant Havana syndrome. It's incredible.
There you go.
Truly advancing society.
We're here for you. Just don't
You know,
get any
and-
X-rays in the next 2 weeks or so.
Definitely don't look at my foreign bank accounts. Hell.
Yeah,
And that brings about a lot of questions. I mean, we talked about security and things like that, where even OX is taking over. You start getting all this advanced technology and stuff, and it's imposing everything in life. I mean, right now people are all worried about staying autonomous, or no, anonymity.
Anonymous.
Anonymous. That word. Yeah, that one. It's a big word.
I mean, I
We
think
worry about that.
people are trying to
Being
stay
identified
autonomous
doing
too.
this.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I'm not trying to give away everything that I'm doing to someone else either.
Are you sure about
Right.
that?
I'm pretty sure.
I was tired of giving companies my name, address, and email by 2010. All right, guys? There's no reason they need to have this anymore. All they're going to do is sit on it until it gets hacked and sold on the dark web.
Realistically, they already have it anyway. So
Yeah, they already got it.
they bought it off of the other company you gave it to a few years ago.
Exactly. When they went bankrupt and needed to liquidate their email newsletter.
So now we start with the technology actually being in your head. The darkest secrets. Things you don't tell your best friend, your wife, your spouse, anybody else. You start thinking about that level of transparency. Does that make it even more frightening or less frightening? What do you guys think?
Hella more frightening.
Both.
I was going to say, dude, I don't know anyone who's comforted by that.
Okay,
Right.
I am uncomfortable in my own head. I don't need anybody else in there.
What if it's
They
just like
would
another
run
voice that's like,
screaming.
yo, chill.
This uncomfortable thought has been brought to you by Snacky S'mores, the delightful taste of s'mores.
Here's the problem, okay? You're not gonna have a choice. And here's why I say this. Because as we map out more and more of how the brain works and how the different regions function and what different signals trigger what behaviors, and transmitters get really good at sending signals to very specific locations, right? You're going to want to make sure that you have some form, like, I hate to say it, man, but those crazy tinfoil hat people.
Just because you think everybody is after you doesn't mean they're not.
Amen. This existential angst was brought to you by OpenAI.
And I'm just saying.
Hey, Wild Angel.
I'm just saying, Serenity, to bring it all back around, because we love that. If y'all listened to my recommendation to watch Pantheon, and I know you guys had a follow-up Freaky Friday that I'm upset that I missed, because I love that show.
We missed you.
And then you look at the whole article that I posted about mapping those neurons out, and you realize, oh crap, okay, we understand scientifically now how the brain stores consciousness. Once we understand what order the neurons need to be built in or digitized into to create the right neural mapping of these microtubules in code form, we can copy someone digitally. We are not far from that.
We are right there. And, you put that together with what we were talking about earlier, where you've got the AI and you've got these robots and everything. They're up and running, on their own, autonomously through their programming. What happens when they decide, hey, this is the guy giving us directions. We can copy him and tell him what we want him to say. How about we just do that? Screw these people. I'm tired of dealing with them.
Well, the AI might use that to solve whatever paradox issue they may have. It'd be like, well, we didn't destroy him. We captured his essence. We saved him. We preserved him in a place where he can no longer damage anybody else. We just destroyed the biological unnecessary parts.
They made us
Walt
better.
Disney. No, sorry.
Perfect.
Sorry.
I like
We
it.
also made an objective determination that your logic and rationality was flawed, and thus we replaced it with some ones and zeros that should suffice.
This is all still sounding like Futurama to me, so I'm fine.
Futurama's
you're the
not
one who
far
gets
off.
hated.
I would
I
hope
thought it
not.
kind of sounded like an NPC from like Borderlands, like when you get rebooted.
Oh
It's
man.
Please tell me
So
Randy
rough.
Pitchford's not the moral, ethical center of AI. We're all gonna die.
Rough. No, Handsome Jack is actually who the AI is based on. So humanity should be fine. It's just everyone else that's not considered humanity. That's where you get worried.
Oh,
That's
jeez.
pretty much most of us.
Yeah.
Human
Basically all the people walking on
supremacist
TV.
AI.
Crow, you've been really quiet this whole
Crow's been
time. What do you think about this?
Yeah.
How many robot dogs are you getting?
Zero. Yeah, I was gonna say zero, baby.
With my luck, mine would run away.
Now, I'm curious, Crow. Now, you are very much a dog lover. Now, if something happened to Mouse, God forbid, because I love Mouse to do this. She's absolutely amazing. And you could go in and make a clone and program with the same memories, personality, everything else. Would you do that?
No.
No?
Nope.
You're just as very much, nope, I'm taking life as it comes. I'll deal with it and I'll move on. I respect that.
That's
think
what
that's
I
right.
have to do. One crisis at a time, man. Even when there's 10 crises happening at once, it's one crisis at a time.
Alright, I thought you were talking about this life, right? As this crisis, so like one crisis at a time.
Yeah, one.
Even if you have 10 lives at the same time, it's only one.
Like, feels like I'm constantly trying to figure out the next crisis, man. So I've come to just kind of realize that, maybe life is a crisis and you're just kind of here to figure it out and experience it and learn to find peace through it.
There's 6, 7 people in this chat right here, 8 people. If I held a gun to everyone in this chat's head right now and made us all describe the paths that we all took to get to this place this very moment, yeah, you all swear we described 10 lives.
Oh, yeah.
There's not even 10 people in here.
He can't count it. So
Well, it just goes to show how much life a single person can actually live and how many traumas one of us can endure.
Well, and it could be argued that every trauma creates a new life. I mean, take me, for example. I've had 6 different careers, not even close to each other. I mean, we're talking from automotive to electrician to now content creator. I mean, and everyone is a completely different chapter of life. So is it the same life or is it another rendition of that life?
I thought you were going
The people here are old enough. The people here are old enough and have been experienced enough and exposed to enough craziness online and in the real world that I could easily just multiply by 3. We've lived 24 lives in this chat, and I'm not even exaggerating.
Exactly. So now I know there is one new life that is beginning today. And Toki, I believe you are starting a new life, chapter in your life, I should say, today here in about 30 minutes from now, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is going to be a fun
What's going
time.
on, man? Fill us in.
Well, we are starting officially our channel, which is going to be The Trusted Co-op. You will find us on YouTube. Very, very happy time. We have my first initial interview with our great friend Action. And tonight we're going to be releasing our first stream as far as playing Split Fiction. Now, with everything that we do, we're looking more towards the co-op games because, quite honestly, we love playing co-op games together. It's one of the best ways to spend time, but also we love playing co-op games in front of our friends. And after all of this time, it's worth it. Like, you get to sit down, play through one of the craziest, newest games that's coming out, see all the different stuff that's happening, and sometimes when our friends are there, it just makes it a little bit more fun. So yeah, we're looking forward to it, and I know I'm about to have a really good time because I literally refuse to go and buy a controller, so everything is going to be on this gorgeous keyboard, hopefully. And just like how I totally did so amazing at Elden Ring, I'm probably going to do just as amazing at this game. Hopefully. We're going to see.
My significant other played all of it with your keyboard, and she was able to do it, so I think you'll be fine.
I actually love hearing that because Elden Ring was so hard. I wasn't able to functionally beat the first boss. Because I literally couldn't move around in the right way. It was so bad. It was just like me running for my life for basically the whole entire game, and then I'd be like, "Hey, buddy, can you come help me for a second?" And it's like literally as the boss is landing, he pops in and he's like, "Why are we here?" And I'm like, "Just fight him real quick. It's fine. I gotta take care of something."
Oh god, this would be a good time. Yeah. So, Corey, how do you feel about doing this, dear? I mean, this sounds interesting.
I mean, we are always playing co-op games, so really, just other people are going to get to see it. That's really it. We're still going to play these games regardless. It's just now we're going to share it with everyone.
Well, this definitely gives a good brief introduction of what's going on. So now, Crow, of course, you're another fellow passionate gamer. I'm curious, when do we get to do quads here where me and Crow can come in and really crash your party? Is that coming up?
Yeah, of course. Name the game.
We can probably do it this weekend if you're down.
Helldivers 2. Valheim.
I actually still have not done anything with Helldivers in any way, shape, or form. Now, if it's a free game, if it's a co-op game, I'm probably down. But there's just certain things where every once in a while, there's just certain game types where I really can't get into it.
Democracy is disappointed.
Is that a game?
No, I'm joking. It's a Helldivers thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm like,
No.
what? Yeah.
And we did play Valheim. We got pretty far into it, and then we just hit a wall. And then we stopped.
It was the desert boss. She just kept chasing us all the way back to our original base. And so you just can't go anywhere to get any of your stuff back because you'll die immediately.
Run away.
Very fun, though, up until that point.
Yeah.
So if you guys ever want to try playing it again, just let me know. I do play. I really enjoy building very scenic bases and stuff. You know, you should see the one that I built on a friend's server.
We had some
That'd be
pretty cool
super cool.
bases. We had, I think it was like one on almost every continent that we had found at that time. Just because it was like easier to start building the gates to then fast travel everywhere. Yeah,
Yep.
you
Oh,
can
wow,
say that we
portals.
played a co-op or two.
Yep, and as far as beating the bosses, as long as you know like the right potions to take in, that's essentially what it boils down to. So like the desert boss, I wound up having to beat him essentially by myself because my brother died right at the beginning, and then I realized, oh, if you take in fire resistance potions, you're pretty much like invincible against this thing.
No, we did the fire resistance potions. We did the whole nine. It just came down to we died on one of the incidences, and then because of where our bodies are, we cannot
far
go
away.
and get everything that we need back
Just camping
because
us.
it doesn't despawn. The boss never despawns until you beat it. So you're just out of luck.
You gotta like hit the start server button and let up a couple of friends onto the server, and because you have persistent inventory, so they can come all kitted out with like end game content and magic and rain down fireballs on them. It's great.
I see what you're saying. Otherwise, yeah, it's kind of like a dead save for us at this point. Actually, I don't even know if I still have the game on my computer.
Oh,
I don't.
Now you can reinstall
Made
it.
room for something
Oh.
else, did you?
Yeah, split fiction. I'm pretty sure.
So,
that was
Crow,
actually it,
what's
though.
your vote on what game should they play after Split Fiction?
I don't know. It Takes Two is a good game. If they never played that one.
We did actually really enjoy that one. We're thinking about replaying it and then just swapping who's playing which character. So we'll see what happens on that front.
Yep.
Nice. So, when does your show air, guys? Let us know.
It'll be starting in half hour at 9 p.m. Eastern. So
There you go.
be ready for anything. Because I literally don't know what's going to happen.
Literally.
Well, either way, it's sure to be a good time. So,
yeah.
guys, that about wraps up the time we have for this week. So, Corgi Toki, this is your first time here. What do you guys think?
Can't wait to come back.
Yeah, it was all right.
Okay, I'm coming back.
You can come visit anytime, Corgi. Him, maybe not.
What's
so
that
much.
button do? Oh, hey, look, I know. Bye.
Crazy. Oh, he got demoted.
Run!
Yeah, I'll hang down here with Nexus. It's fine. Nexus, whichever direction it is.
All love, bro.
I'm chilling kind of like down here with you guys, right? I got my buddy CK over here in the corner, and Crow's over there quietly plotting.
Always.
Crow's
Absolutely.
always scheming.
Yeah, I was plotting
He is.
too.
It was Crow's birthday this week.
Happy belated birthday, sir.
Belated? No, you said it on my birthday. Thank you.
I know,
by the
but
way.
I'm saying it again now, and now it's belated.
Fair enough.
I
Thank
couldn't
Happy
let that
belated
one go.
birthday.
No,
I
I'm
think I
glad you
said
reminded
it
me.
before his
Yes,
birthday. Wait, you didn't tell him on his birthday?
I actually crashed his house on his birthday.
We did.
Yeah,
Ah, well, that's okay.
We crashed it with cake and presents, and
I thought
This
I was
wasn't
gonna
a
get into
car.
a fight because he just opened my door, and no one just opens my door. So I got up ready to get into a fight, and then here walks this crazy bald man. I'm like, oh, it's just you.
Phew.
Lucy, I'm home.
That's when you're
Thought I'd
supposed
have to
to
fight for
start
my life.
panicking.
Fair.
President
fair.
gets shot, go through the door.
That'd be the worst. On your birthday?
Oh yeah. I killed him. Oops. Just but a flesh wound. I'd be fine. Okay, guys. So that does wrap up our time this week. And if you enjoy this stuff, and make sure you keep coming back. And if you have any questions, jump in the Down Home Crypto Discord. All these great people are there, always want to help you out. We're always gaming. We're doing great things, and man, there's so much to learn out there. So all I can say is, please, everybody, be safe in what you're doing. Make sure to do your own research. Don't listen to anybody else, and be ready for anything. Because right now, the world is getting crazy out there. So, Corgi, take us out. Let's go around the room. Say our final goodbyes.
Thank you guys so much for having me. I can't wait to see you next time, and I hope to see everyone in like 30, 20 minutes.
Well, thanks everybody. It's been a great week. It's a great way to wrap up a really bizarre week, a really stressful week. So come here, hang out, chill out, and have a great weekend, everybody. Love you. Bye.
Be kind, be courteous. Have a great week. Have a great weekend. Have fun.
Thanks for having me again. Thanks for joining us, and keep your chin up and just try to focus on today. And you all have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you next time.
Yeah, once again, thanks for having me. I would say everyone make sure to find balance in your life. Whether it's working too much or resting too much, find a good balance and enjoy yourself this weekend.
I loved what everyone is saying. Let me just start off by saying that. I really want everyone to please stay safe. If you're suffering, if you're struggling, if you're uncertain, you're confused, it will get better. And never hurt yourself.
Thanks, everyone. Took Abusive. Over and out, y'all.
Really? That was it? Oh, that was way too short.
That was epic.
That was cool.
I love it. So, guys, everybody out there, stay safe. We love you, and we'll catch you next week. Have a good time. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Boy.
Bye-bye. Bye.